Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Empire Evolution. I'm going to talk about the next episode. I'm going to talk about is weaponized favoritism, which apparently my grandmother showed me at this favoritism over all my other relatives and siblings, which is my brother Brian as well too. So she showed me as a favoritism was somebody who she could influence on easily to influence, become a major target later on in the future. So because at a younger age, when I was like 14 years old, that wasn't happening. None of that was going on until I got to 18 and 20 years old, and I got older. That's when everything started to unfold and unravel. That's when she started showing her true colors. That's when she started showing who she really was as a person. Because in the beginning, she wasn't doing that. I guess she waited it until I got older. That's when she did it. So in the beginning, she wasn't using me for doing that, but she did choose me as a favorite because I was the golden child. So I was easy to be influenced. I was easy to be manipulated. She could tell me all this stuff, and I would end up doing it. At first, I didn't think it was a problem, but as soon as I got older, that's when I started to realize, okay, yeah, you know what, maybe this is really becoming an issue. And then I realized that all that stuff that I have done, I would get in trouble for it. The police were called. I almost went to jail over this situation 3 times. I almost went to jail for aggravated assault and battery, all because of something that she told me, something that was said in the conversation. And I didn't realize how bad I gotten because all I kept doing was keep listening to her, keep listening to her, keep listening to her. Had I not had listened to her, I would not be in the situation that I'm in. So that was my fault as a man. I take ownership of that. And I take full responsibility for even engaging in that despicable activity. A lot of things that I did in my life was bad. I would get in trouble all the time. And I would get in trouble by the police. And not realizing how worse I have gotten over the years. Well, I almost got in trouble with the law. So I was doing things I wouldn't normally do. I don't something came over me. It came over my head when I was being possessed by over her. I guess because when you're so in love with somebody, when you have a bond or a relationship with them, it may be genuine on my end for all the things that that happened between me and her. It may be genuine on my end relationship with her. But as soon as as soon as I got to know her as a person over the years, that's when I finally realized that maybe this is not the relationship that I should be in. If I knew this was what she was, the kind of person she was, because she didn't show all of that in the beginning. She only waited until I got older. That's when she started showing when she was. So I guess I was blindsided. I guess I was blind by her love. Uh, I wanted a bond. She wanted a transactional, and that's not what I wanted. It. So she left me no choice but but to separate myself from her and to end the relationship. Because if I stayed in it, it would only get worse. If I stayed in that mess, in that toxic relationship that I was in, it will only get worse for me, and I would end up dealing with even more problems than I already dealt with, which is depression, which is PTSD, which is suicide. I almost killed myself over a few times over this situation. I was battling my demons a lot over the years. I gotten worse to the point where I didn't care about nothing anymore. For some reason, the reason why it transpired to that because all the bad things that was happening in my life, the things that I was going through in my life. Uh, I even experienced being poor, not having any money, The environment that I was in, that was bad. I was living in the hood at one point. You know, there was a lot of stuff that was happening in my life that was bad. And I would get in fights all the time. I would get in fights in school. I was doing a lot of bad stuff because all the things that was going on behind the scene and what she was doing and what my mother was doing and what me transpired to me becoming a demon to the point where I just stopped caring altogether. The feeling wasn't there, the love wasn't there, all of that went away because these people did me wrong to the point where I just like, you know what, I have nothing left for me to give or the energy to give in this situation or this relationship anymore. So I just gave up altogether. So if you're wondering why I became the way I am, it was because of her. It was because of my grandmother. She's the reason why I turned out to be the way I am, where I now have to be cautious who I give my heart to, who I give my time to, who end up in my present, but in my space. I end up having trust issues along the way because I end up building a wall, me to me and this other person, because it had a lot to do with what they did to me when I was a child. Because in the beginning, when I was 14, she wasn't doing that, but as soon as I got older, that's when she started doing that. So yeah, she started showing her true colors as soon as I hit my 20s and my 30s. That's when she started being very disrespectful, and she started bringing up old wounds, and she started bringing up my dark past of what happened between me and my mother. She was being very disrespectful. I mean, I have all the messages and the receipt to prove that, to back that up. So at the end, I mean, I guess she want to paint herself like she's an amazing person to the public. I mean, that's how she want to portray herself as, but behind closed door, that's not what she is. That's not what she is at all. That's what she want. That's what she appeared to be to a lot of people, including her friends. But for what I've seen from her, for what I witnessed it, I mean, it's very much documented. It. Nah, there's nothing about that woman that is an amazing person at all. Period. Amazing person would not do what she just did.